Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. I ain't gonna delete the video that I just made. Just make another one. So upgrade on Austin Reeves. It's a grade 2 strain of some sort, and he is going to miss not only the regular season, but he's also expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. It's gonna keep him out of the first round of the playoffs too. He'd probably come back around the same time Luka would if we were to survive that long. You do things, I mean, some things are outside of your control. Injuries, obviously, you can put in that category for certain. Hey, it's outside of our control. We didn't know guys were going to get injured. Maybe the doctor would sit down and tell me, yo, wear and tear is not the issue here. The issue is more so the specifics of the injury. And even if a guy had plenty of rest throughout the course of the regular season, he could have still had this injury. If that's what a doctor tells me, shoot, I'll shut up. With that being said, if that's not the scenario, here we are learning the lesson that I said we were going to learn. Coach, you got to play people, bro. Man, I feel like a freaking prophet right now because I've been saying this for a good portion of the season. There's going to come a time where you're going to realize that you can't do this, running players, doing this con man stuff that I've been talking about for the past 3 months with him securing these wins against bad teams by playing our starters heavy minutes in bad games. When the game is up, we up by 30 or what have you, he still got our starters in. The opposing coach is throwing in his third string, and we still got Luka and Brian Lawson on the damn floor. You can't do that. You can't do it, coach. And I'm sure that the basketball gods are teaching JJ a lesson here because he thought he could con his way to a good season by doing that and solidifying the wins against bad teams. Didn't I call it out? I was the only person on the internet I heard say anything about this, really. But I thought it was a damn con job because he was selfishly securing himself a good playoff season by making sure that we won the games against those teams, by hammering those teams and making sure there was absolutely no chance that the guys he should be developing could give the game back. And one of the jobs of being a coach is making sure that you develop the young players. But if the young players are going to potentially blow a big lead in a game that otherwise you need to secure to assure yourself a good playoff run or good playoff seeding, then ultimately you can eliminate any chance of them screwing it up by keeping your stars on the floor. Well, when you do that, also, you make it so that those players are not developing. And if for some reason your choice, which is subsequently, going to run those players into the ground, does so, you're now going to need to rely upon those underdeveloped players that you were too afraid to play in minutes designated for them to develop. You're going to need to play them in the playoffs. You're going to need to play them when the games matter the absolute most. And they're going to suck. And it's going to be because they didn't get a chance to develop all season long. Damn it. If we don't see that very thing defining our entire season, JJ is going to learn, man. You're going to learn, dog. You've done a lot of things right. I like your schemes. I love the results of what our team looks like when we win, but you cannot cheat the game, dog. That goes for players, that goes for ownership, that goes for coaches and front office personnel. Within your respective positions, you cannot cheat the game, dog. Okay? He is learning a lesson right now. And if he's wise, he's gonna straighten up and not do this again. You see what I'm saying? You can't do this, dog, because what ends up happening is what you see here. And there's never been a lesson more definitive than the one that we are faced with right now. When you neglect to develop the talent behind your bench and you overwork the stars on your team, you are going to need to rely upon those underdeveloped guys because those stars are going to go down with the overusage. It is how this works. It's how it works. Mike D'Antoni did that stupid crap, and Kobe bust his Achilles. Tom Thibodeau did that crap. He had great regular seasons and never had any gas left for the playoffs. Never could win for that decision. And J.J. Redick is his whole season. This whole season is defined by his choice to not develop them young players. And to the point, some of them young guys lost their confidence. Dalton Knecht broken as a player because this coach gave up on him, because this coach was doing things this way. And I think this is karma. This is cosmic karma for JJ's selfish decision that I was pointing out to secure these games against these bad teams, that he should have been carving out opportunities for those players to get big minutes, to gain their confidence and develop. He said, he gave the finger to them young fellas and said, I'm running Luka in them games to secure my win so that at the end of the season we made the playoffs. Well, you made the playoffs, dog, but it's going to be absolutely for naught because you're not going to have Luka, you're not going to have Austin. But you are going to have Dalton Knecht. You are going to have Aldo Thiero. You are going to have all these young guys, Bronny James, that you refuse to play all season long. And I told you, man, you're going to need to play these people, because if you don't, when you need them, they're going to suck. And now you're going to see that. That's exactly what's about to happen. That's exactly what's about to happen to him. I know a cosmic karma lesson learned when I see it. I've been on this earth for 41 years, just like JJ, just like LeBron. We're all the same age. Sometimes in life, man, you do things the wrong way. You think you can cheat the game, and you can't cheat the basketball gods. You can't cheat the man upstairs, bro. He gonna teach you a lesson. He gonna drive it home in a very demonstrative way so that everybody who's watching you can learn the same lesson you need to learn. Don't cheat the game. You cannot con the game, dog. As a coach, no. Your job is to not only get us to the playoffs and win, but it's to develop the back of the bench players. And the time that is carved out for them is when the game is either wide open, stretched because you up by a big amount, or really, really bad because you're down by a big amount. Now, when you're down big, you can argue. You keep your stars out there to try to get you back in the game. But at some point in time, you got to call it. Do not have your stars on the floor when you're up by 25 with 5 minutes to go. And you give your Aldo Thieros and Dalton Knechts the final 3 minutes of a basketball game that's been out of hand for 2 quarters. This is why we're learning this lesson as an organization, because that individual needs to learn this lesson as a human being, as a coach. That's exactly what's going on right now. I know a cosmic karma situation when I see one. That's exactly what's happening right now. That's what's happening. This young coach going to learn, bro. You're going to learn. You're getting whooped. Yes, sir. You're getting whooped. You're getting whooped for doing wrong. I know what I'm looking at. And I was the only one that was calling it out, too. This was a con all year long. We're going to beat the Wizards. We're going to beat the Indy. And we're going to play Luka. We're going to play Austin. We're going to run these guys into the ground and neglect all these young players as they sitting up here pouting, worried about their careers. And I said it was some bull crap, because he was once a player like that, too. He didn't come in this league no damn superstar. He had to sit for a whole season as a rookie. And maybe he wasn't ready. But he did get opportunities in garbage time to come in when the score was out of whack. And he neglected to allow some of these players those opportunities, bro. And that's what's going to bite him in the backside. You don't do that. Some things you just don't do, dog. You going to learn them cosmic karma lessons, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I know what I'm looking at. It's deeper than basketball. He going to learn. And so that's pretty much my point of view, man. I think JJ's going to... He'll succeed. I was listening to DTLF. He was saying if we don't make it out of the first round, he's going to fire the coach. Nah, I'm not. Nope. No, I know, because I know what I'm looking at. If JJ learns the lesson properly, he's going to succeed mightily. See, that's what it really comes down to. You learn the lesson, you get hit, and then you incorporate newness into your circumstance, and you go forward carrying over all the good habits, but doing away with the stuff that didn't work. If you do it correctly, you succeed mightily. JJ is going to be a good coach. He just needs to stop trying to be mischievous, try to get over to secure himself these damn wins. You got to be able to take the chances that allow for you to complete the job. His job is to not only get us to the playoffs and win championships, but part of doing that is making sure that the rest of your team is getting opportunities to bump their head and learn their lessons. And if they suck, we get them the hell out of here. But you don't neglect to give them those opportunities to secure yourself these cheap-ass wins. So that at the end of the year, we can say we made the playoffs. I knew what you were doing. I called it out all season long, my friend. When I got a whiff of what the hell he was doing, I'm like, oh, no. Hey, we up by 15 against a damn 16, 17, 18 against the freaking Kings. And we ain't seeing no Adu Thero. And Dalton Connect's over there pouting and struggling every time he get in the floor. Immediately pull him out. But in the games you're supposed to be developing this guy, he ain't getting on the floor. But his confidence is broken. Why is confidence broken, JJ? Come on, man. No. Basketball guy said, nah. No, he gonna learn this lesson. That karma it's coming in hot. So that's what I'm seeing, man. I know what I'm looking at. That's why it's kind of funny, because I know what I'm looking at, bro. This is JJ. This is for him. Luka out, Austin out, and you ain't getting out of the first round, and you're going to have to rely upon them same people that you didn't want to play, dog. That's exactly, just like I told you was going to happen. This is exactly what it is. BDL 44, I thank you all for watching. No.